Hey everyone, and welcome back to the deep dive. So today, we are going to be tackling a question that I know a lot of us think about, and that is, can you actually get a good night's sleep if you exercise at night?
Mhm.
We've got some really fascinating articles here from Silver Sneakers, Signos Very Well Fit, and Planet Fitness. And one of the things that I thought was super interesting was that there's actually quite a bit of research now that suggests that moderate exercise in the evening might actually be the key to better sleep.
It really is kind of a shift in how we've always thought about exercise and sleep, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Like we were always told,
Yeah.
don't exercise before bed.
Right. But
And now this research from Very Well Fit suggests that moderate exercise can actually improve sleep quality.
it's pretty amazing. So we're going to try to unpack all of that today. Silver Sneakers recommends incorporating things like yoga and stretching into your bedtime routine.
Yeah.
And then Signos is looking at how the intensity of your workout can impact your sleep. And Very Well Fit really digs into all the pros and cons. So let's see if we can kind of make sense of it all today.
Yeah, you know what's so fascinating about this topic is how much sleep and exercise impact every single aspect of our lives.
Right.
Just a quick 30-minute walk can help you sleep better, but it can also boost your mood and your energy levels the next day.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it is incredible.
I was also really fascinated by the research that suggests that our bodies might actually perform better later in the day.
Uh,
What are your thoughts on that?
well, if you think about it, most of us, I mean, at least I do, I always feel a little bit sluggish in the mornings.
Yeah.
And the research actually backs that up.
Okay.
It shows that your muscle strength and your body temperature peak in the late afternoon and early evening. So it kind of makes sense that your evening workout would end up being way more effective than, say, dragging yourself to the gym before you've had your coffee.
Okay, so maybe hitting the gym after work is not such a bad idea after all.
Right.
But we also read that exercise is a stress reliever.
Yes,
So how does that kind of tie into all of this?
absolutely. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins,
Right.
and endorphins have amazing mood-boosting effects and anxiety-reducing effects.
Hmm.
And this is especially important for sleep because, as we all know, stress and anxiety can really disrupt our sleep.
So you're saying that a good workout at the end of a hectic day can actually set us up for a more peaceful night's sleep.
Exactly. It's like giving yourself permission to switch off from all the worries of the day.
I like that. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, which is this idea that exercising too close to bedtime can completely ruin your sleep.
That is a myth.
Oh, okay.
In fact, moderate exercise can actually enhance sleep quality. And the reason for that is because when you exercise, it helps regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep.
So we shouldn't be doing intense HIIT sessions right before bed, right?
High-intensity exercise too close to bedtime can actually have the opposite effect.
Okay.
It elevates your heart rate and your adrenaline levels, which will leave you feeling wired when you should be winding down.
Hmm.
But gentler forms of exercise can be a fantastic way to prepare for a good night's rest.
I see. I was really intrigued by the Silver Snickers recommendations for a sleep-promoting bedtime routine. They suggest things like gentle stretches, breathing exercises, restorative yoga poses, and mindfulness practices. It's like a really nice holistic way to prepare your body and mind for sleep.
Yeah, it's not just about relaxing your body.
Right.
It's also about calming the mind. All that mental chatter that keeps us up at night.
Oh, yeah.
Mindfulness and meditation can really help quiet those thoughts and make it easier to fall asleep.
So if somebody is listening to this and they're thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but how do I actually make this work with my schedule? What advice would you give them?
Think of your workouts like important meetings. Put them in your calendar and stick to them. Create a pre-workout routine that helps you switch gears from work to exercise,
Mm-hmm.
like changing into your workout clothes or taking a few minutes to relax and clear your head.
Those are great tips. I think we all struggle with that mental shift
We do.
from work to workout.
We do.
And location also matters too, doesn't it?
A convenient gym makes all the difference. Or you can dedicate a space in your home for exercise. And don't discount the power of a workout buddy. It's all about accountability and having fun.
Right. That social connection can be so motivating, especially on those days when you just don't feel like working out. So we've talked about how moderate exercise at night can be good for sleep.
Right.
Are there specific types of exercises you would recommend for people?
Yoga is fantastic for promoting sleep because it's calming and restorative, and it helps release tension.
And gentle stretching is also so accessible, you don't need any special equipment or
No,
anything.
you don't. It's about improving flexibility and easing those tight muscles that can build up throughout the day.
And we can't forget about walking. I love that it's low impact and good for pretty much everyone. And research suggests that it can also improve sleep quality.
Even a quick walk after dinner can make a difference. It gets your body moving. It helps with digestion, which can actually contribute to better sleep. And don't forget the power of just being outdoors. Fresh air and natural light work wonders for our sleep cycles.
It's really amazing how something as simple as a walk in nature can have such a huge impact on our sleep. It is important to remember, though, that everybody reacts to exercise a little bit differently,
Yes,
especially at night.
absolutely. Some people are more sensitive to the stimulating effects of exercise, so even moderate exercise might disrupt their sleep.
So how do you know how your body's going to respond to a nighttime workout?
Experiment.
Yeah.
Try different types of exercises at different intensities and times, and pay attention to your sleep and energy levels.
That's so important.
It-
Listening to your body's cues.
Absolutely.
I really like those practical tips that Planet Fitness had for evening workouts, treating them like actual meetings, putting them on the calendar, like
Yeah.
really committing to your well-being.
Yeah.
They also talked about the importance of having a pre-workout routine that kind of shift gears from work to exercise.
Yes.
Maybe changing into your workout clothes or listening to music or something.
Creating that ritual, signaling to your mind and body that it's time to move and de-stress.
Yeah. And they also reminded us how important location is.
It is.
Choosing a gym that's convenient or setting up a space at home
Absolutely.
that makes it easier to work out.
Okay.
And then, of course, finding a workout buddy
Yes.
for support and accountability.
Yeah. Let's talk about the effect of exercise on sleep, because Signos had some really interesting insights into how workout intensity can actually lead to sleep disruption.
So a HII class right before bed is probably not the best idea if you're trying to get a good night's sleep.
Probably not. Remember, high-intensity workouts close to bedtime can interfere with sleep because your heart rate, your body temperature, and your adrenaline levels all increase. So you end up feeling energized when you should be relaxed. Gentler forms of exercise like yoga, stretching, or walking are better choices for the evening.
Right. Silver Snickers also talked about the importance of creating a peaceful sleep environment.
Oh, yeah.
So keeping your bedroom cool and dark, putting away your electronic devices, and using calming scents like lavender, creating kind of a sanctuary for sleep.
Yes, sleep hygiene, creating an environment that helps you relax and sends a clear signal to your body that it's time to rest. Planet Fitness also mentioned the importance of paying attention to your pre-workout meals and hydration. So if you're working out at night, try to avoid big meals close to your workout. A light snack an hour or two beforehand is all you need.
Okay, what about hydration?
Yes.
Is it important to stay hydrated during a workout?
Yes, but be mindful of your fluid intake close to bedtime, because too much water before bed will lead to multiple trips to the bathroom during the night, which will interrupt your sleep. We've covered a lot of ground here. We've learned that moderate exercise at night can be good for sleep, but intense workouts too close to bedtime might backfire. We've also talked about tips for making nighttime workouts work and the importance of sleep hygiene and nutrition.
Right. It's a lot to think about. What would you say is the most important thing for our listeners to take away from all this?
The biggest takeaway is that there's no one-size-fits-all answer when it comes to the relationship between sleep and exercise. Everyone is different. So the best advice is to experiment, pay attention to your body's responses, and find what works best for you.
It's about empowering everyone to become their own sleep and fitness detective.
Exactly.
I love that. Let's talk about some specific research findings that stood out to you. What did you find interesting?
Well, I found that study that Signos referenced from the Journal of Sports Science and Medicine that found that peak muscle performance actually occurs in the afternoon and early evening. Really interesting. It's because of changes in hormone levels and core body temperature. It kind of challenges the idea that morning workouts are always best.
Interesting.
Right.
Very well. FIT also highlights research suggesting that moderate exercise before bed can increase slow wave sleep, which is the deepest stage of sleep.
It is.
So it actually goes to show that exercise can promote better sleep quality.
It does. And Planet Fitness noted that exercise, regardless of the time of day, can boost your energy levels the next day.
This is all so encouraging.
It is?
It seems like you can work out whenever you like and still get a good night's sleep, but are there any caveats? What if somebody has a sleep disorder?
It's always a good idea to consult with a healthcare professional if you're experiencing chronic sleep problems. They can help you find the root cause
Mm.
and recommend personalized strategies.
And what if somebody works out in the evening but has trouble winding down afterward? Are there any strategies for kind of managing that post-workout energy surge?
Remember all those sleep hygiene practices we talked about?
Not.
A calming bedtime routine.
Right.
Dimming the lights and avoiding screen time in the hour before bed can really help your body relax.
And I'm guessing those gentle exercises like yoga and stretching can be particularly helpful after an evening workout.
Absolutely. It's a good way to transition from that active state to a more relaxed, sleep-ready state.
This has been a fascinating look into the world of sleep and exercise.
It has.
I hope everyone feels empowered to experiment with their own sleep and exercise routines.
Yeah.
But before we wrap things up, I have one last question that I've been thinking about.
Okay.
We've talked about the physical and mental benefits of exercise, but what about the impact of nighttime workouts on our emotional well-being?
That's a great question. It's definitely something that deserves more exploration. What are your thoughts?
Well, I was thinking that nighttime workouts could be a form of self-care.
Hmm.
It's about carving out time for yourself at the end of a busy day,
Yeah.
moving your body, releasing stress, and connecting with your inner rhythm, like a moving meditation, processing the emotions of the day, and making room for peace and quiet.
That's a great way to think about it. It really speaks to a deeper emotional and spiritual side of well-being.
And I also wonder if there's a connection between the timing of our workouts and our emotional cycles.
Hmm.
Could certain types of exercise be more beneficial at different times of the month based on hormonal fluctuations?
That's an intriguing thought. Our physical, emotional, and hormonal systems are so deeply interconnected.
I think it's about tuning into our individual needs and rhythms, understanding that what energizes us one day might feel totally different the next.
Ah.
We need to honor those shifts and adjust our routines accordingly.
It's all about self-awareness and listening to what your body needs.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Okay, we've explored a lot today, and I hope everyone feels inspired to try new things.
Me too.
But before we go, I want to leave everyone with one last thought. We've talked about how beneficial a nighttime routine can be to help you get a good night's sleep. But what if you're somebody who really loves those high-energy workouts? Can you still make that work even if you're exercising at night?
You can. It's all about finding the right balance. You can absolutely enjoy those heart-pumping workouts even in the evening.
Okay.
The key is to give yourself enough time to wind down afterward.
So how much time are we talking about? What's that magic number?
I would recommend aiming for at least 1 to 2 hours between the end of your workout and bedtime.
Okay, so that gives your body a chance to cool down and for your heart rate to return to normal.
Exactly. You don't want to go from a state of high intensity to trying to sleep. It's like slamming on the brakes when you're driving fast. It's going to be a jarring experience.
Right. And what about those nights when you're just too tired to even think about a full workout? Should you push through it or just skip it?
Listen to your body. Some gentle stretching or a short walk might be all you need to de-stress and prepare for sleep. Remember, consistency is key, but it's also important to be kind to yourself.
Okay, so let's say you're all in on this nighttime workout idea. Are there any tips or tricks that can help make it more enjoyable and effective?
Set the mood, dim the lights, put on some relaxing music, and make it a ritual.
Oh, I love that. Turn your workout into like a little escape at the end of the day.
Exactly. It's about creating a positive association with evening exercise and making it something you look forward to.
It's almost like creating a little haven for yourself. We've focused a lot on the physical aspects of working out at night, but what about the mental side of things? Does exercising at night have any benefits for mental health?
Absolutely. Nighttime workouts can be a great way to relieve stress, boost your mood, and improve sleep quality, all of which contribute to better mental well-being.
It's like a triple whammy of mental health benefits.
Think about it. You're releasing endorphins, clearing your head, and setting yourself up for a restful night's sleep. All of these things work together to help you feel more balanced and grounded.
I think it's important to acknowledge, though, that there might be some people who feel more energized after a nighttime workout,
Right.
which might make it harder for them to sleep. What advice would you give to those folks?
That's a great point. Everyone is different, and some people might find that evening workouts make it harder to fall asleep. If you fall into that category, don't worry, there are definitely strategies you can try.
Like what?
Experiment with the timing of your workouts. Maybe try finishing your exercise at least 3 hours before bed to give your body more time to wind down.
Okay, that makes sense. Anything else?
Make sure you're choosing the right type of exercise. High-intensity workouts close to bedtime are more likely to keep you up, so opt for something more relaxing like yoga, Pilates, or even a gentle walk.
So it's all about finding what works best for you.
Absolutely. It's about paying attention to how your body responds and making adjustments as needed.
Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about nutrition. We touched on this earlier, but is there a connection between what we eat and how well we sleep, especially if we're working out at night?
Definitely. What you eat and when you eat it can absolutely impact your sleep, especially if you're exercising in the evening.
So what should we be paying attention to?
Try to finish your dinner at least a couple of hours before your workout to give your body time to digest. And if you're feeling hungry before bed, stick to a light, healthy snack like a handful of almonds or a piece of fruit.
Okay, so no late night pizza binges.
Those are best saved for special occasions for sure.
Good to know. And what about hydration? We've all heard that we need to drink plenty of water, but can that impact sleep, especially if we're working out?
Staying hydrated is super important, but timing is key. Drink plenty of water throughout the day, especially before and during your workout. But try to taper off your fluid intake in the hours leading up to bedtime.
To avoid those middle of the night trips to the bathroom.
Exactly.
Makes sense. What are your thoughts on things like sleep trackers and apps? Can those be helpful tools for monitoring sleep quality, especially if somebody is trying to figure out how exercise is impacting their sleep?
They can definitely be beneficial. Sleep trackers can provide valuable insights into your sleep patterns, like how long it takes you to fall asleep, how many times you wake up during the night, and how much time you spend in different stages of sleep.
So you can actually see how exercise is affecting your sleep.
Exactly. It's all about data, and the more information you have, the better equipped you'll be to make adjustments to your routine.
So let's say somebody's tried everything, adjusting their workout timing, choosing the right types of exercise, eating well, staying hydrated, using a sleep tracker, and they're still struggling with sleep. What should they do?
It might be time to consider talking to a healthcare professional.
Okay.
Yeah,
They can help rule out any underlying sleep disorders or other health issues that could be contributing to the problem, right?
exactly. There are some common sleep disorders that can make it difficult to get a good night's rest.
Like what?
Insomnia, sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome. Those are just a few. And sometimes these disorders can be triggered or worsened by exercise, especially if it's done too close to bedtime.
It's like putting together a puzzle. Sometimes you need a little extra help to figure out what's going on.
Exactly. And a healthcare professional can help you put those pieces together and come up with a plan that addresses your specific needs.
This has been a really fascinating exploration of how exercise, especially at night, can impact our sleep. We've talked about the science, debunked some common myths, and shared practical tips for optimizing our routines. But before we wrap things up, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier. That idea of nighttime workouts as a form of self-care and stress relief. I think there's a really beautiful connection there, don't you?
I completely agree. There's something incredibly grounding and restorative about moving your body at the end of the day, letting go of tension, and connecting with your inner rhythm.
It's like giving yourself permission to just be present in the moment, to tune out the noise of the world and just focus on the sensations of your body moving.
It's almost meditative.
Exactly. And I think that's something we all need a little more of in our busy lives.
Absolutely. In a world that's constantly demanding our attention, those quiet moments of self-care become even more precious.
We've covered so much ground, and I hope everyone's feeling inspired to create a nighttime routine that prioritizes both movement and rest. Before we say goodbye, I want to leave everyone with a little challenge. Over the next week, I challenge you to pay attention to how you feel when you move your body at different times of day. Do you feel more energized and focused after a morning workout, or more relaxed and grounded after an evening session? There's no right or wrong answer. It's all about discovering what feels best for you.
It's all about tuning into your body's natural rhythms and honoring what it needs.
Maybe it's a brisk walk in the morning sunshine,
Mm,
or some gentle stretching before bed, or maybe it's a high-energy dance class in the evening.
right.
Whatever you choose, make sure it's something that you enjoy and that you can stick with. Remember, finding what works best for you is the ultimate goal.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. Until next time.
Sleep well and keep moving.